Hi, leadership team. I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you just for a few moments. My name is Kevin Dobbs. I've been married for 12 years. My wife, Allison, we have had an incredible journey together in ministry and in life. So excited for that. God has blessed us with two kids, two tremendous kids. My son, Harrison, he's 8 years old. My daughter, Vienna, she's 3. She's a little handful, but she is just such a beautiful woman. So excited for what God has for our kids in the future. We have been in ministry for about 12 years. We spent 10 years in student ministry, and God gave us the opportunity to love on kids. That was a tremendous time. We did student ministry in the DC metro area, and that was a phenomenal time. We were exposed to churches that were very ethnically diverse, very generationally diverse, and that was a really tremendous thing. We were being able to serve on staff at churches that reflected the kingdom. That was just a real great honor. So we did that for about 10 years doing ministry, and then transitioned and spent about a year and maybe a year and a half in some adult ministry roles. I did some executive pastoring and also some associate pastoring in there, and that really just exposed me to some real tremendous details of the church and how it works and how it functions. That was a great time to be able to add some tools to my belt in terms of being able to lead and understand all that. That really also helped me to improve my people skills and just confronting people and helping them and educating them and training them and overseeing paid staff and those kind of things. It was very different from me coming out of youth ministry, but it was also a great time for me. And so this time in our season of life, we just kind of hit the brakes for the past year. We feel God is bringing that season to an end, which is why we're starting to have these conversations with churches. But during this time, we just kind of hit the brakes. I spent more time with my family. I am currently working a job outside the church, and in that job, I'm a supervisor. So daily, I oversee people. I evaluate people. I have to educate and train people. I have to confront people sometimes, unfortunately, and correct them if necessary. And this job has really allowed me to improve my people skills, and it's been a real great privilege. And also, it allows me to hang around lost people, which is so important. So God has given me a great platform to reach people for Him, to love on people, and to lead them into a relationship with Jesus. So I'm praying that I have that opportunity as I continue that role for however long God has. But I know God is calling me back into ministry, and this season has also given me an opportunity to go back to school and complete my MDiv. So hopefully that will happen about 2020. I think the spring of 2020 we'll be able to wrap that up. So that is a joy. But right now we are currently attending a church. It's actually the church we got married at. We're attending there. We are partners at the church. Our kids are involved in the Awana program. My wife and I are beginning to dive into some of the things that are happening there in terms of serving. We're involved in a life group. And so actually we started our first journey in the life group in the fall. We brought that to an end around Christmas, took a break, and so we'll be starting that up here actually, I think in a few weeks. I think the week after Super Bowl, we're going to start that back up. But man, it's really tremendous what God is doing in our lives right now. But we really feel that God is calling us, obviously, to serve at the local church level. We feel like the local church is what God has for the world. Christ died for the church, and the local church is the most important aspect of church, because that is where you reach people. That's how you minister to people at the local level. And specifically the campus pastor role is really what God is calling to us now, because it gives me the opportunity to do what I love to do, and that's love people. Man, I love to love people, do life with them, share life with them. My wife and I love to host people over to our house and to love on them, be with them. We feel like it's really important to be involved in the community. And so we're allowed to do that through the campus pastor position, just loving people at a community level. That's so important for us. Seeing their life transformed, that's so important for us. But at the same time, I don't have to be in charge of everything. I'm not the one driving the ship. I'm not the one leading the ship. God has not called me to that right now. Instead, I get to be the champion of the senior pastor at the local level. I get to be the champion of the church at the local level. I get to help duplicate and reproduce the DNA of the main campus at the local level. And that is really where it's at for me. You know what? If I get to teach every once in a while, phenomenal. If not, no big deal. I don't have to. If I wanted to teach every week, I just go plant a church. But that's not what God's calling me to. So I really feel, we feel that campus pastor is our sweet spot. That is really where we get to love and pray with people and lead people and raise up people and train people at a local level and evaluate the ministries at the local level and help to make that campus, that location, the best possible location it can be. I believe that's what NLC needs. They need every single location to be the best possible location it can be, with people there as campus pastors who are committed to the church, committed to the senior pastor, who are going to help to reproduce the DNA at that level. So that's really where it is for us right now. That's my heart. And I believe that there are tremendous things happening at Next Level Church. And just want to comment on that for a moment. I really loved the intro video from Pastor Josh, just trying to capture his heart for a moment and how he really expresses really the vision of NLC. It was so vital. I loved how he said how, everybody has regrets. Everybody has things that they wish maybe had gone a different way. But it really was so essential and vital to hear how he wanted the church to be relevant, how he wanted the church to be a place where when people came in the front door, they felt loved. That's so important. How he wanted the church to really be modern and to be relevant. And, it was really just a wonderful chance to hear his heart on how he wants people to feel as they enter the church, even in terms of the music, having that be relevant, having that be up to date. That was such a great thing. So thank you so much for the opportunity of being exposed. We are praying for NLC. We're praying that they find the person that God has for them. More important than me getting a job. That's the most important thing, is that NLC finds the person that God has for them. And our family will be praying for you, that the Holy Spirit would be poured out upon you in a greater way so that you can find the person God has for you guys. Thanks so much. God bless.